Today I am going to tell you a story. A long time ago, in a time before time, there was a village, a peaceful village, that lived every day normally, with people mining for materials and attending car boot sales. But one day, a mystical creature appeared from a cloud of fog. This creature terrorized the residents of the village for months on end. This continued to happen until one day, when a brave knight stood forth and informed the villagers, "People of this fair village, I will slay this foul beast with the might of my lead sword." The brave knight ventured to the cavern on the highest hill where the creature was hiding. As he drew closer to the village, the smell of lynx twist was flowing through the air. The brave knight slowly reached the entrance, and as he peered inside, the sounds of laughter could be heard. The cavern was pitch black, and so the brave knight had to feel his way through. After hours of wandering deep within the cavern, the brave knight could see a light at the end of the tunnel. As he rushed in, he could see the creature within the center of the room. "It beust the time! Die, foul beast!" shouted the brave knight. Just as he lunged towards the creature, he tripped and landed on his sword. Dumbass. The creature, unable to move the dead body, felt it was time to leave the village, as he didn't wish to share a room with a corpse. As he exited the cavern, he headed north to another region, and made home in a new cabin in the middle of a lake. That creature's name was Trollself. Today I'm going to tell you another story. Somewhere between 1 and 1 million years ago lived a small village at the base of an inactive volcano. Despite the fact that the volcano had been inactive for so many years, the children of the village were warned not to venture to the peak. This message was passed down each generation right back to when the village was first constructed. However, on one gloomy Sunday morn, a few children were playing about, when one of them had an idea to explore the top of the volcano. The other children didn't agree, and reminded the child that they had been warned not to wander to the volcano's peak. The child shrugged this off, and obeyed with the other children. After a while, the children complied with the first child, and so they began their trek up the volcano. After a short time, the children made it to the peak of the volcano. They all peered over the edge and gazed down into the pitch black of the hollow inside. Just then, the ground around the child who suggested visiting the peak began to crumble and give way. The child lost his balance and slid down to a tiny ledge. The other children looked on from above, unable to do anything. At that point, the child noticed some large object within the deepest part of the volcano. As the strange object began to move closer to the child, a bright light blinded the children watching on from the peak. It was then that the children noticed a glowing orange color start to shine from the seemingly bottomless pit. As the child took a closer inspection, he could feel the area begin to heat up and realized the lava was starting to fill the volcano. The child tried to climb up the now active volcano, but couldn't. As he slipped on a jolted out rock, he landed back on the ledge, this time harder. With this, the ledge began to wobble, shake, and break away. The child tumbled and rolled down until he landed into the lava. For a split second, the child let out an unbearable scream, but it was silenced seconds later as the lava poured into the child's mouth. The other children were frozen with fear as the lava rose higher.
they began to come to their senses and turned to start the long run back to the village. The children ran as fast as their little legs could carry them. However, the lava was already spewing over the sides and drizzling down the volcano's hips. As they were scurrying down, one of the children tripped and crushed by a boulder blasted from the enraged volcano. Back at the village, the parents could hear the faint sounds of screams. As they ran out, they spied the children being chased by the rushing lava. The lava wiped out the whole village, and everyone died. The end. Oh, and that strange object was a creature, and that creature's name was Trollran.
Approximately 7 years, 4 months, and 10 days ago, lived a creature that roamed the land far and wide. It would travel from region to region, causing trouble wherever it stopped. One drizzly Tuesday, the creature halted not far from a town. It gazed down from a large hill, observing the townspeople going about their normal day. The creature slowly approached the town, keeping to the bushes, until it noticed a man gazing out into the sea from atop a cliff. "One day I wish to find out what lies at the end of the ocean," mumbled the man, taking in a deep breath. The creature shimmied close behind the man before giving a little nudge. The man stumbled and tripped off the edge of the cliff. He let out an almighty scream as he face planted into some sharp, pointy rocks at the bottom of the cliff. The townspeople hurried over after hearing the yell to find the creature gazing back at them. One of the townspeople locked eyes with the creature with what felt like eternity. As the townspeople started to approach the creature, it dashed off like the wind. The whole town was in disarray as to what they saw and where that creature might have been heading next. But what we do know is that creature's name is Trollkun.
Today I'm going to tell you yet another story. Not last September, but the September before that, atop a mountain lived a creature with burning wings. The people of the nearby village would offer their firstborn baby as a sacrifice for some reason. This worked well for a while until one day they ran out of firstborns. The villagers began to panic, and so decided to offer up their secondborns as well. But as you can imagine, this too did not last long. So the villagers came to the conclusion to sacrifice one another. This carried on until the whole village was empty. The creature just wished to be left in peace and did not understand why the villagers offered sacrifices to it. The creature was no longer concerned, as with the village completely empty, it could finally get some peace. However, 5 seconds later, the creature died of venous thromboembolism. And that creature's name was Trolltrez.